All right, shalom, shalom, Akim. Start right up. All right, today is April 21st, year 2023. All right, the hopeful year. How about some outside, bringing all the prophecies to pass. All right, yeah, gonna get into it. All right, a lot of these wicked ass niggas of the world just had they quote unquote smokers holiday yesterday. You know what I'm saying? That wicked 420 shit. All right, you know what I'm saying? Crazy niggas, bro. But anyway, before we begin, let me start out by giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakudash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who teaching the course where I learn this truth. All right, peace and salutations to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai's elect. All right, but to the house of David. All right, I'm saying we're gonna jump right in. Just pulled up. Y'all give me 1 second. All right, first scripture we're going to read is this right here in Ecclesiastes chapter 10 and verse 6. It say, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. All right, so again, you know what I'm saying, just expounding upon that wretched smokers holiday that Jake loves to take part in. All right, yesterday, that 420 shit, all right. And I'm pretty sure these niggas was high out their goddamn minds, all right. You know what I'm saying? Let them have at it, all right? As, you know what I'm saying, the scriptures say, man's goings of the Lord. So if the Lord got you more in tune and more looking forward to just doing shit like that than serving him, then woe be unto you, all right? Jeremiah 4:22, for my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sighted children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge, all right? And what is it to do good? All right, to fear the Lord, to keep the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. All right, and turn from wickedness. All right, but our people, they don't want to have it that way. All right, and that's why in the times that we coming into, known as Jacob's trouble, all right, they're gonna be judged with the wicked. All right, the wicked being Esau, Edom, the so-called white nation. All right, which they're not white, they're red. Okay. See, we're gonna read this right here in Amos chapter 9. All right, in verse 10, it say, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. All right, so you want to live these wicked lifestyles and keep up with these wicked customs and make it your everything. All right, now we all in the flesh, you know what I'm saying? Jake, everybody got their own shit that they got to work on and whatnot, but our people, you know what I'm saying, they're lost in their folly. All right, that's the head of their life. All right, and the Lord is gonna judge them. All right, this Isaiah 10 and verse 5. It say, O Assyrian, the rod of mine anger, and the staff in their hand is mine indignation. All right, the modern day Assyrian is Esau. Verse 6, I will send him against the hypocritical nation, and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil, and to take the prey, and to tread them down like the mire of the streets. All right, so the Lord is going to give Esau the green light on 2/3 of his people. All right, and you know what I'm saying, Jake is, again, that folly demon is hot right now. You know what I'm saying, Jake got the NBA playoffs taking off right now. I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with watching sports, let me say that. But you know how Jake is when Jake get into some shit. All right, Jake make that the head of his life. All right, the NBA playoffs, what's that shit tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? You got the Southern Kingdom Israelite and Javante Davis versus Northern Kingdom Israelite and what's that, King Ryan. All right, you know what I'm saying? They gonna fight tomorrow. All right, and that got all of Jake mind right now. All right, the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom are when it comes to that, they're at odds. All right, you got all of the niggas, you know what I'm saying, which represent the Southern Kingdom, Negroes, Haitians, and Jamaicans. All right, they're all for Gervonta Davis. All right, and then you got the Northern Kingdom, which represents Issachar, you know what I'm saying, Gad, Reuben, Ephraim, Manasseh, Naphtali, the Zebulon, and so, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the Northern Kingdom. They're all for King Ryan. All right. Oh, excuse me. And there's nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying, a little competition between the tribes, but, you know what I'm saying, these niggas take it to another level. Like my brother, this nigga, you know what I'm saying, to me, the vibe I get from this nigga hates the Northern Kingdom, all right, which I find it mystifying and baffling, because when we was growing up, and me and my brother are literally identical twins, all right, if you knew us, you could probably, if you grew up with us, you could probably tell us apart, but if you just ran into one of us, you probably wouldn't know. All right, but anyway, we grew up, all right, around a whole bunch of Issachar, all right, and it was real cool with him and shit. And that's not to say, put it this way, he'll hang out with the wicked Issacharites. Like we still got some dudes we went to school with who's still around the town and shit. And my brother, he'll tell me about, I ran into such and such, and they asked about you, and we set up and blah 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 blah, and all that shit. But you know what I'm saying? These niggas, they don't view the Northern Kingdom as their actual blood brothers, all right? They might view them as homeboys and partners and shit like that, but they don't have that love for the Northern Kingdom the way us brothers in His truth do, all right? And that's the same. It's the same thing with the Northern Kingdom, 2/3 toward the Southern Kingdom, 2/3, all right? But like the elder out in Mississippi, you know what I'm saying, Elder Kazak, he said in his sit down, and I watch all his sit downs for the most part. I try to catch them all, because me and that brother, and he's an elder, you know what I'm saying, we're like, my spirit and his spirit are kindred spirits, all right? A lot of the things that he say, I can feel and I can experience, I've experienced, and I can just tell we come from different walks of life in this particular life, but hey, we was partners. You know what I'm saying? We was cool in the reincarnation, all right, because we're just too much alike. All right, he made a statement. He was like, he gets offended, all right, when Judah or the Southern Kingdom, you know what I'm saying, do their little wickedness against the Northern Kingdom, or don't acknowledge the Northern Kingdom, all right? And I feel the same fucking way, all right? That shit burns me up. I can't stand, all right, for a nigga, you know what I'm saying, a Southern Kingdom Israelite to feel like they're the only ones that are eligible or should receive reparations and all that little just shit like that. That shit burned me the fuck up. I be like, how the fuck you niggas think you just gonna jump the line before the Northern Kingdom, when they went into slavery over here, before we was even brought over here, us being in the Southern Kingdom, all right? So they should get reparations too, but you know what I'm saying? You can't tell these 2/3 wicked motherfuckers nothing about nothing, all right? That's why the scriptures say, he that is ignorant, let him stay ignorant, all right? But those who have ears to hear, you know what I'm saying, this word is gonna catch you, all right? And the Lord is coming back for 144,000 mighty men, all right? The government body of David, all right? And it's gonna be more Northern Kingdom than it is Southern Kingdom, all right? That's even something that you niggas fail to realize, all right? The Lord said He gonna come back for 12,000 out of each tribe. There's only 3 so-called Negro tribes of Israel, all right? Being Judah being the Negro, American Negroes, Benjamin being the West Indians, the Jamaicans, all right, and Levi being the Haitians, all right. Outside of that, you know what I'm saying, it's the Northern Kingdom. But again, you know, wisdom is too high for a fool. The Lord said He gonna have 2/3 of His people trot it down like the mire of the streets. All right, so if you can't get it, man, you better pray to the Lord that He shows you some mercy and lets you get it late, because better late than never. All right, better late than never. All right, that 11th hour is gonna be a lifeline to a lot of Jacob. All right, that 11th hour when Jacob's gonna come in, it's gonna be a lifeline to a lot of Jacob. All right, but you know what I'm saying? The water see how about me I was shy for this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding before we got to that point. All right, speaking for myself when I say that. Let me read this in Micah chapter 2. All right, in verse 10. It says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. It is polluted, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. All right, so again, this place is not our rest, but 2/3 of the Lord people have made this place their rest, and they're going to receive the judgment that's coming to this place. All right, let me read this in Ecclesiastes, going back to it. We read verse 6 a while ago when it said, folly is set in great dignity and the rich sit in a low place. Verse 7, I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth. All right, the servants upon the horses are the Edomites. All right, the so-called white nation. All right, this is their kingdom, this is their rulership, this is their reign and their age to do what it is they're doing. All right, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not where then who is he? All right, that's Esau. All right, during the Renaissance, he took down all of the images and the artifacts that gave you a proper depiction of what the prophets and what Yahweh Shemashah looked like, and he whitewashed it and destroyed the rest. But then he put up himself, all right, as the image of our Lord and Savior. And it's going to be no repentance showed for that. He can't repent from that, which the scripture tell you Esau can't repent anyway. But there's going to be no mercy show for that. That's why out of all the other nations on the earth, Esau's going to get the worst judgment, all right? Because he did the worst shit, all right? You know what I'm saying? The other nations were wicked as shit, but they didn't do that, all right? They didn't do what this devil did, all right? And again, he's running this kingdom, so when 2/3 of our people are keeping up with the holidays and the festivals and the culture that this wretched ass demonic world provides, you know what I'm saying? You're under his vibration, all right? Let me read that in Sirach 10. All right, in verse 1 it say, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Verse 2, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are they that dwell therein. All right, we read Job 9:24. All right. It say again, as the judge of the people is himself, Esau, so are his officers. All right, his political officials, all the way down to his actual law enforcement. All right, they're all Edomites. They all have the best. Well, put it this way, they're not all Edomites because you got Jake and other nations that are part of that shit too, but it's all predicated to upkeep, you know what I'm saying, Esau, all right? You know what I'm saying? The whole system is set up to keep Esau at the top, all right, and everybody else at the bottom, all right? So verse 3, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority shall the city be inhabited, all right? And the unwise king is Esau. Let me read that in Daniel 4. Verse 17. All right, it reads, this matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men and giveth it to whomsoever he will and set it up over it, the basis of men. All right, and who's the base man on the planet? Esau. All right, that's why this rulership and this reign is the most wicked. All right, just look at this fucking place. All right, look at America. All right, look at the nations that follow behind America. All right, they're all just fucking ruled in wickedness. All right, and Esau's at the head of it, and he is the base man and the base nation on this earth. Let's go to Job 30. Get that right quick. Job 30, and remember, Job was a prophet, Issachar, right? A so-called Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? And he dwelled in the land of Uz. He lived in the same area where you Edomites live. So he understood who you were and how you lived and what you was about. And these are some of the things he had to say. This is Job chapter 30 and verse 1. It say, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock. All right, because Esau's into bestiality and shit, and Job didn't want them creepy, nasty ass red devils around his livestock, all right, because Esau freak off with him. And the scriptures speak about, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers that do shit like that, they defiling themselves with mankind. They supposed to get put to death and the animal. This is Leviticus 18 and 23. It say, neither shalt thou allow with any beast to defile thyself therewith, neither shall any woman stand before a beast to lie down there too, it is confusion. All right, and if you know Esau, you know that's one of his characteristics. All right, he gets into that beast-like shit. I actually got a clip. I'm gonna show y'all this shit right quick. Let me see if I still got it pulled up. I was looking at this shit earlier on this wicked ass World Star Hip Hop shit. All right, Esau, you're a nasty motherfucker, man. All right, let me see. Let me go back to that Job 30 now while I'm waiting on that to pull up. All right, back to Job 30 now, down to verse 2. It said, yeah, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished? For want and famine they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste. All right, Esau was driven into that wilderness, all right, when the Roman Empire fell. The Edomites was driven into the Caucasus Mountains, all right. Verse 4, who cut up mallows by the bushes and Judah perused for their meat. They were driven forth from among men, they cried after them as after a thief. All right, again, you were driven into them mountains. All right, the Caucasus Mountains in Georgia, Russia. That's why you call yourselves Caucasians today. All right. They say they cried after them as after a thief, because anytime somebody seen one of you devils, it was like a thief was in the land, all right? And nobody likes thieves, all right? So you were chased out of the land pretty much. All right, y'all, 1 second. All right, verse 6, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. All right, look at America today. All right, America is a big ass Mount Sear. All right, you got concrete everywhere. All right, brick and stone everywhere. Look at the architectural structures and shit. All right, this is ease. You know what I'm saying? Concrete jungle. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like Bob Marley say, in this concrete jungle. All right. Verse 8, among the bushes they braid, under the nettles they will gather together. All right, you ever heard of honky? Not a honky. that's a nickname for you, Esau, honky. You ever heard of donkey? You know what I'm saying? Get the braying and shit, or a horse, how they bray. You know what I'm saying? When they brrr and all that shit. That's how Esau was talking. That was his language up in the caves and shit. All right. Let me see, verse 8. They were children of fools, yeah, children of base men. They were valid in the earth. So again, you read that Daniel 4:17. The Lord said, the Most High ruled in the kingdom of men and set it up over it whomsoever he will, and he gave it to the bases of men. All right, that's Esau this time around. He's the bases of men. All these nations, all right, are under Israel, but Esau is the bottom nation. All right, the bottom nation. And if you know, you know. All right, you know what these devils do. Let me see. Pull that clip up right quick because I was watching this earlier. It's a quick clip. All right, let's see. Right here. All right. I'm finna play it too. I'm just gonna show y'all. Read the scripture, it's still buffering. Yeah, give me 1 minute. All right, here we go. All right. Turn this up. All right, listen to this devil. All right, full screen. All right, y'all now check this out. Y'all probably may be able to see my screen, but I'm gonna make sure y'all can hear it. All right, volume's up. Now listen to this devil.
What's something that you never told your parents? I my dog 3 times. What the fuck? Excuse me? My mom didn't know, my dad didn't know, but the dog knew. The dog knew. My dog liked it though. Nasty bitch.
All right, so you heard what he said he did?
What's something that you never told your parents? I my dog 3 times. What the fuck?
All right, so again, all right, you heard what he said, what he did. Now back to Job 30. We just read it. Let's go back up to the top in verse 1. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock, all right? Because this is what he'll do with them, all right? You know what know what I'm saying? This is E. Alright. You know what I'm saying? Let me finish it out in verse yeah, we read verse 8. Yeah, they were children of fools. Yeah, children of base men, valid in the earth. All right, man, that's them people right there, bro. All right, the nasty, decrepit, vile man. All right, you know what I'm saying? That the Lord got ruling. All right, and that show you how much, you know what I'm saying, us as Israelites pissed Yahweh Hashem Yahushua off. All right, for the Lord to put, you know what I'm saying, this wicked ass motherfucker over us. All right, it's something, ain't it? All right, it is something, man. Okay, let me see. It's another one I'm looking for. All right, 1 second. Let's get this one in Jeremiah 49. All right. I know I'm gonna be all over the place, Akimi, you know what I'm saying? I ain't have nothing drawn up, so to speak. All right. Today fell into my lap, really. All right, I was supposed to go to work and some shit, you know what I'm saying? But I wound up getting the day off. The water to your house by some y'all was shot for that, all right? So, you know what I'm saying? With the day off, what better is it to do than to come out, you know what I'm saying? And do my real job, do my real mission. And I don't consider this a job, you know what I'm saying? That's just a figure of speech. But to do what it is that we're commanded to do and that we love to do, all right? Because this isn't work to me. If you want to call it a job, I don't consider it, well, put it this way. If it is considered work, it's work that I like to do, all right? You know what I'm saying? I love this job, all right? Jeremiah 49:7, it say concerning Edom, thus saith the Lord of hosts, is wisdom no more intimate, is their counsel, is counsel perished from the prudent, is their wisdom vanished? Flee ye, turn back, dwell deep, O inhabitants of the Dan, for I will bring the calamity of Esau upon him, the time that I will visit him, all right? Excuse me, the Lord is giving you the message right now, all right? He letting you know what he gonna do before he does it to you, through the mouthpiece of the Lord, which is his prophets, all right? And the prophets are the men of Great Millstone, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and like-minded men on down, who teach the same doctrine, no deviations, all right? And that goes for the offshoots of Great Millstone as well, which would be myself, because I'm not officially a member of Great Millstone, but I hold myself to the same standard that the brothers of Great Millstone hold themselves to, and I try to, you know what I'm saying, move like I am in the camp, all right? Verse 9, it say, if grape gatherers come to thee, would they not leave some gleaning grapes? If thieves by night, they will destroy till they have enough, because Esau don't give a fuck about nobody. When Esau come take your shit, he taking everything, all right? You know what I'm saying? He like the Grinch, all right, on that stole Christmas when he took the crumb from the mouse, all right? That's Esau, all right? Verse 10, but I have made Esau bare. And how has Esau been made bare? All right, by the Lord Yahweh Shai, through his prophets, all right? We're telling you all about this nigga. He didn't even know he was, well, put it this way, the elite of E know who they are. All right, but these 9-to-5 Joe Dirt, trailer trash ass Edomites, they don't know. You know, some of them do, but most of them don't. All right, they run from that title of Edom. All right, before I came into this truth, I'd never heard a white person, so-called white person, refer to Esau. I never heard a nigga refer to Esau. I never knew nothing about Esau. All right, I'm like, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? The first time I heard about Esau, you know what I'm saying? It was nigga hour. I was hanging out with my brother and shit. All right, and you know what I'm saying? We had already been watching some videos. You know what I'm saying? Just different shit. Watching Farrakhan talk shit about these Edomites and these white people and shit, but he ain't even refer to them as Edomites. He just called them white devils. All right. So when I first heard the phrase Esau, all right, that shit stuck with me. I was like, who the fuck is that? What Esau, to the point where when I would go around, you know what I'm saying, my brother and shit, I'd be like, hey, nigga, put on, let's watch that shit we were watching the other day. And this before I knew the truth. I was like, when them dudes was talking shit about, what's that nigga name? I didn't call him Esau. I used to call that nigga, what I used to call it now, I didn't call him Esau. I called that nigga something else. I can't remember right now. I used to call him something else. Damn, I can't remember what I used to call that nigga. But I used to say that shit. I used to say the name that I used to say. My brother, he would crazy. He would be like, nigga, you mean Esau? I'd be like, yeah, nigga, him. Them motherfuckers, them white people put that shit on. So that's how, you know what I'm saying, I came across, you know what I'm saying, Esau and realizing who he was. And then, you know, as the spirit builds, as your Yahweh Shema Shah peels back the layers, you grow more and more, all right? To the point where we at today, and the Lord got me, you know what I'm saying, going hard on Esau, bitch ass, all right? This was in 2017, all right, when I was first put up on this. Now fast forward, 6 years later, 2023, all right, and you know what I'm saying, I try to be one of that nigga biggest thorns in his fucking side, you know what I'm saying? You Edom, Esau, all right? You know what I'm saying? They try to tell you about yourself every day. All right, tell you a low life motherfucker and tell you about your funky ways, all right? Like they the NWA song, in Gangsta Gangsta. He just called you a low life motherfucker and told you about your funky ways, all right? That's what we here to do for these Edomites, all right? So back to Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbors, and he is not. All right, anybody on this earth today that don't know who Esau is, you know what I'm saying, you're doing yourself a disservice, all right? Ultimately, the Lord got you blinded, but you should know who this nigga is, all right? You know what I'm saying? You Christians that's in that harlot house still to this day that don't know who Esau is, or ain't trying to find out who Esau is, all right? That's your enemy, all right? He's our wicked, evil twin brother out the womb, all right? And the Lord is gonna do him dirty, cause he did us dirty. And if you with him, the Lord gonna do you dirty too, all right? And the Lord's works are righteous, all right? So even if he does you dirty, motherfucker, you deserved it, all right? Verse 11, leave thy fatherless children, I will preserve them alive, and let thy widows trust in me. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken, and art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it, all right? Because we drunk of it. All right, us being the Lord's people, that cup being lamentations, mournings, woe, destruction, slavery. All right, we still got them curses and all the shit that came out of that cup on us to this day. All right, because Yahweh Shai ain't returned to deliver us. All right, so we still in this condition right now. And the Lord said, you devils are gonna get that cup too. All right, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna get no pass for that. You gonna get the same cup. All you nations gonna get it. All right, all you nations gonna get that cup. All y'all going into slavery soon. Jeremiah 49:13. For I have sworn by myself, said the Lord, that Basra, which is one of the capital cities of Edom, one of Esau's capital cities, all right, shall be a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. All right, Esau ain't in Basra today, but Basra is a people before it's a place. All right. You know what I'm saying? America could be considered Basra, Uz, Edom, Petra, all right, Rome 2.0, all right, it's spiritual Sodom and Egypt, all right, all them ancient wicked kingdoms embodied in one, all right, ruled by one little red nigga, and his name is Esau, all right. So again, they say Basra gonna be a desolation, all right. And another way you can tie Egypt and Edom into each other, because America is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. Sodom for the homosexuality and perverse alternate lifestyle that's accepted and enforced and condoned and all that shit. All right, as well as different other Egyptian ways of life. All right, but it's mainly the bondage of the Israelites, because we're held in captive here together. All right, Jeremiah 50:33 tell you. All they held them fast, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. The only time we were in a captivity together was in ancient Egypt. So we were in the New Egypt in captivity together again. All right, because after you know what I'm saying, when we came out of ancient Egypt and we went into the wilderness and we eventually got into you know what I'm saying, our homeland, the kingdom, not the kingdom, Salakia, Jerusalem. All right, the northern kingdom got kicked out of Jerusalem, all right, and they went into slavery under the Assyrians, and the southern kingdom went into slavery under the Babylonians, all right, and when the Assyrian captivity ended for the northern kingdom, they came over here to the Americas. All right, they came over here. All right, and we, you know what I'm saying, went into, who else we go into slavery to? We left Babylon, then we went into slavery to the fucking Persians and the Medes. All right, then following that slavery, went into slavery under the Greeks. All right, then the Greek slavery was transferred over to the Romans. Then we was in slavery to the Romans. All right, this is the southern kingdom right here, all right? Because again, the northern kingdom was over here in the Americas, all right? And when they came over here, they went back to worshiping Egyptian lifestyle as well, all right? So we're a fucked up nation of people, all right? But the Lord is coming back for the elect of his people, all right? But this is Joel 3. Let's see, is that Joel 3? Yeah, Joel 3. And we're going to jump down to verse 19. It say, Egypt shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, all right? If you saw, you know, it's talking about America, because ancient Egypt is still being inhabited to this day, all right? You know what I'm saying? I think that's modern day Iran. Is that a modern day Iran? Slack it from off. I think modern day Egypt, it's Iran, all right? Either way, you know what I'm saying? It's still being inhabited to this day, all right? So when it says Egypt shall be a desolation, that's talking about this place known as America, all right? And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Judah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. All right. So Egypt and Edom, all right, it's really America today. It's talking about America, because America again is spiritual Sodom and Egypt. All right. Esau is the modern day Egyptian. All right. Esau is the daughter of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? And this is where he's at. And in 2nd Ezra, the Lord said he gonna plague Egypt with plagues as before. So if he gonna plague Egypt with plagues as before, that means it's a new Egypt, all right? Let me see. All right, 2nd Ezra 15 and verse, 11 is where it says it at. It say, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and will smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Again, ancient Egypt, that didn't go down. Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall power shall bring upon it. All right, this is what's coming to this Egypt, all right? All right, verse 13, let me see. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting, and hell with a fearful constellation. All right, verse 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. All right, verse 15, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. All right, that's coming right now. All right, you people over here in America is getting ready to go, you know what I'm saying, all out against each other, all right? You finna get ready and spoil and destroy each other, all right? You know what I'm saying? Let me read that again. 2nd Ezra 15 and 15, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and with swords in their hands. All right. We'll precept that right quick in Isaiah 19. All right. Isaiah 19. The point is in 2, but we're going to start at 1. The burden of Egypt. All right. This is talking about America. All right. The house of bondage. All right. It say, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart, meaning the mind, of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. So again, it says when the Lord come back this time, he gonna melt Egypt. All right, he coming back on a chariot. He not coming to meet you as a man. He coming back on a chariot. He gonna melt Egypt. Ancient Egypt wasn't melted. All right. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. All right. That's basically the American citizens against the American citizens. All right, the Edomites against the Edomites. All right, even you 2/3 fall into this equation. All right, because you're you know what I'm saying, you're an Israelite by heritage, but you're an Egyptian by the way you live your life. All right, you of your father the devil. All right, the Lord gonna show you mercy. Talking about the 2/3, but nevertheless, you're going to get it on this side. Again, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother. and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the tormentors, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts. All right, the fierce king ruling over these devils today, Creepo, Sleepo, Antiochus, Joe Biden. All right. So back to the 2 Ezra 15. All right, we read about how brother against brother, kingdom against kingdom. All right. So back to the 2 Ezra 15. For the sword, and 15, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings, nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right, so these niggas and these these Egyptian citizens, all right, these American Egyptians, they ain't gonna be taking heed to the politicians and all that shit. They gonna do what they gotta do to get what they gotta get. All right, every man for himself. All right. Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. It's gonna be that bad. All right, martial law is gonna get implemented in this place. All right, when all hell is breaking loose and all that shit, and it's neighbor against neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. All right, the military is gonna have to restore the order. All right, and they're gonna implement martial law to do it. All right, they're gonna put a lot of you motherfucking people down too. All right, because it's all part of Esau's plan, order out of chaos, chaos. All right, bring the chaos, and then bring order to quell the chaos. All right. So verse 18, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So it say men gonna be afraid in those days, all right? So man, if a man is afraid, you already know. All right, what a woman gonna be, all right? Let me see. Going to Isaiah 19, back to Isaiah 19, we're gonna jump down to verse 15. We're gonna go to 14. It say the Lord Yahweh Shai which I have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt, which is America, to err in every work thereof. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Verse 15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. In that day shall Egypt be like unto women. This is talking about America. And it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts, which he shaketh over it. All right. Verse 17, and the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord Yahweh Shai of hosts, which he had determined against it. All right. So again, it's gonna be going down in here. All right, going down in this place. All right, judgment. All right, and it's gonna be Jacob and Esau fighting because the time is known as Jacob's trouble. All right, Jacob is gonna be fighting. Jacob, you know what I'm saying, 2/3 and on 2/3. All right, you're gonna have the 2/3 against Esau. You're gonna have Esau against Esau, and then ultimately outside of that, you're gonna have the men of the Lord against everybody who ain't of the elect. All right, Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, and they shall fish them. All right, and that's what is going on right now. The men of the Lord are fishing. All right, going out on the highways and hedges, putting videos up. I'm saying day in, day out, making their body a living sacrifice, doing what they got to do to make their calling and election short. All right, fishing for the elect. All right, but let's see what's coming next. And after I will send for many hunters. So once fishing season is over, the fishermen turn into the hunters. All right, because the mission has been accomplished. All right, those who the Lord want have been found. You know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, brought to the marriage. All right, and the rest are meant to die. So again, behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh Shai, and they shall fish them. And after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill and out of the holes of the rock. All right. So when Jacob's trouble is in full swing, all right, the elect Israelite men gonna get that power. is gonna run through this place, all right, like sparks, like sparks running to and fro, handing out judgment from Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, and then you know what I'm saying. Eventually, the elect gonna get beamed up. You know what I'm saying? Gonna go up into the chariot. You know what I'm saying? With Yahweh Shem Yahushai. This place, America's gonna be on fire. All right. All the people that's left down here in America, they gonna be on fire. All right. And then after that, you know, we don't know how long we're gonna be up in the chariots, Lord willing. I am in the chariot, meaning I am of the elect. But eventually, the kingdom of heaven is gonna come down out the chariots down to this earth. All right, and that's when we're gonna go to them nuclear bomb shelters that the elite Edomites are in. Give me 1 second. All right, y'all forgive me. When the elect come out of the chariots, when the kingdom of heaven comes down to this earth, gonna find all you elites. All right, the elite of E, the elite of Ishmael, the elite of Ham. All right, all you elites around the world. You first 1%ers, all right, of your nations and shit. Starting with Esau, all right. Gonna get you up out them caves and gonna put your asses right into some chains, all right. And you're going head first into slavery, all right. You know what I'm saying? Head first into slavery. You're gonna be the first fruits of slavery, all right. And all these American Edomites over here that die, and around the world for that matter, but America is gonna take it the worst. All these American 9-to-5 Joe Dirt trailer trash ass Edomites are gonna be brought back to life by you 1%ers, all right? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get you devils, man, the kingdom of heaven is gonna be amazing, all right? Gonna have you devils on breeding forms and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna bring your whole nation back, Esau. It's gonna be a whole new setup, all right? It ain't no end of Esau like Hokab, Malone, and some of these other Edomites will have you to believe, you know what I'm saying, hiding from their identity, still trying to be that what did Cain say? I'll be a vagabond, I mean a traveler. Anybody that seeth me shall slay me. Damn, what was I about to say? Cause Cain ain't got his melanin no more. And today Esau is Cain. Shit. But yeah, you still that nigga hiding yourself, all right? You still hiding out, you still trying to hide yourself, trying to hide from your identity of who you are, all right? Everybody can have a biblical identity. I mean, everybody got to have a man-made identity except for you motherfucker. You give yourself a biblical identity, but then give everybody else man-made identities, all right? Nigga, you've been made bare, nigga. We see your bitch ass, nigga, and the world's gonna see you too, all right, before it's said and done, all right? You know what I'm saying? The Lord gonna make your ass, the Lord is gonna get his recognition back in the earth off of your bitch ass. He gonna build it up off of you, Esau. All right, let me read. This is scripture. Yeah, this is Romans 9, verse 17. It say, for the scripture said unto Pharaoh, and Esau is the modern day Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. All right, so that's the only reason you red fuckers are in power. The Lord just put you up so he could bring your bitch ass down, and everybody know who the real boss is, all right? Who the real boss man is, all right? Esau got this world, you know what I'm saying, from when he got into rulership and the shit that he done throughout his rulerships. Motherfucker been in rulership over 500 years, all right? Nigga been ruling for a minute, all right? And by the shit that he's done and established throughout that time frame, he got everybody, you know what I'm saying, where he wanted them, where he had everybody where he wanted them, all right? And ain't nobody thought to raise up against this motherfucker, all right? That's a new thing in the earth, all right? And the Lord said it was gonna be this way. All right, let me read this in Isaiah 14. All right, and Isaiah 14 in verse 10 it say, well, hold on. Start at verse 4. But I could really read this whole chapter. But for time's sake, well, I ain't tripping. I'm going to start it at the top. Isaiah 14:1, it say, for the Lord, Yahweh Shai, will have mercy on Jacob. Who is Jacob? You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans through the seed of your father. And will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the stranger shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. Oh, excuse me. So that's talking about the elect of Jacob. Well, we're all going back to our homeland, but it's saying that's going to be the Israelite foreigners, all right, around the world that's going to be tied on with Jacob when we go back home. Because even the 2/3 are going to be brought back, and they're going to be in the homeland too, in the kingdom too. All right, verse 2, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, for servants and handmaids, all right? That's you other nations. All right, when New Jerusalem comes out of heaven, gonna take the world, put it in slavery, put all you 1%ers and all you other wicked motherfuckers around the world, head first into slavery you go, all right? Let me see. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors, all right? All the nations, but primarily Esau again. Psalms 83 tell you about our list of enemies. Verse 3, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was madest to serve. All right? That happened to Jacob, not the world. So the kingdom is going to be for Jacob and not the world. All right? You nations going to be in the kingdom, but the kingdom isn't for you. You're going to be a slave in the kingdom. All right? For 1,000 years. And then, you know what I'm saying, some of you, well, all of you outside of Esau are going to get to go to your lands, rule amongst yourselves, keep the law, statutes, commandments. They're going to get beat into you throughout that 1,000-year period and be tributaries unto Israel, but Esau going to get rounded up and burned. But verse 4, it say that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, all right, that's you Edomites, and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased, that's America. Verse 5, the Lord Yahweh Shai had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. That's how it's going to be. All right, when Esau is out of the way. Verse 8, yeah, the fig trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no fellows come up against us. Even the trees are going to be rejoicing. Right, like a tree like that. They're going to be rejoicing because Esau ain't going to be around to chop them down and cut them down and shit no more. All right. Verse 9, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up their thrones, all the kings of the nations, and all they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become weak as we? Or thou become like unto us? That's what these other nations are saying right now when they look at Esau, the so-called white man, all right? To a certain degree, all right? Because you got to understand, Esau is still in rulership right now. Now, Jake and these other nations, well, not Jake, it's like these other nations, like Ishmael, all right, you got North Korea, you know, when I say Ishmael, that's Iran and some more of these Arab nations. Then you got North Korea and all that. They have nuclear capabilities and they have weaponry, but don't get it twisted. Esau's still running this shit, all right? It's so much to the point that those nations like Iran and North Korea and shit, they have to join on to the other Edomites, all right? The Russians, all right? The bear, that's Esau too, all right? You know what I'm saying? The other nations are joining on to that Edomite nation, and then you got NATO, which is still with America right now, and Israel, all right, which is Amalek according to the scriptures, all right, they're together. But the scriptures tell you how even NATO is going to leave America. It's going to leave America's side, and they're going to join on to the Russian Edomites. They're going to shoot their missiles over here to America, and they're going to burn it with fire, all right? That's what's coming, all right? That's why these other nations can say, as thou become weak as we, or thou liken to us, all right? You know what I'm saying? Because they got the other Edomite nation to back them, all right? Russia, all right? You know what I'm saying? If the Lord wanted Esau to stay in power forever, he would have just put the American Edomites and the Russian Edomites and let them be like, look, we going to be together mindset-wise, and we ain't never going to fight each other. We just going to rule everything else. But Esau's a house divided. The Lord ain't letting that happen. In fact, the Lord is going to use the Russian Edomites to burn the American Edomites. And in the midst of that, the Lord is going to burn all the Russian Edomites out of the sky too. All their armies going to get burned up too. All these nations' armies are going to get burned up, all right? All those Korean, Hamite, Arab armies that are joined on with, you know what I'm saying, Russia, they going to get smoked out of the clouds too, all right? The chariots going to knock all them fuckers down, all right? Going to knock them all down. All right. In America, the American military is going to be destroyed. All the American citizens are going to be destroyed. This place is going to be a fucking memorial. All right. That's all it's going to be. All right. A memorial of what happens when you go against the Lord. All right. And it's starting to get a little bit dark. I'm going to get ready and close it here in a bit. All right. I'm pretty sure my phone running low on space. I'm going to go a few more minutes, though. All right, but that's what's coming to America, all right? These other nations, along with Russia, going to come together, and they're going to burn this whore with fire, all right? Let me read a little bit more of this. It say, you read it, say, they become like it says, verse 11, thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee, all right, because he's decaying. Verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations, all right? O Lucifer, that's the elite of Edom, all right? The illuminated ones, all right? Starting with Rockefeller or Rothschild, all right? Which is, if the spirit will let you receive it, which is Esau, all right? Meyer and Rothschild, all right? That's Esau in this life today. All right, it's him, and he had 5 sons. All right, and they went out and they conquered the banking market and whatnot, and they're the rulers, ultimately, of this world. Those are Esau. That's Esau reincarnated. All right. Go back one so I can. All right, that's the because you gotta understand the scriptures. Everybody comes back in the reincarnation. All right, Jacob represents King David. King David would have been Jacob, and Meyer and Rothschild is Edom, Esau. All right, he had 5 sons. Esau had 5 sons, and then you know what I'm saying. Then you got the Dukes of Edom. What are these fuckers call themselves? What was he dead now? He was married and she's dead too. The Philip and Elizabeth. They referred to Philip as one of the dukes of something. All right, those are Edomite titles and shit. Esau, these elite Edomites, they know who they are in their spirit. They know, and then the fucker said, that devil said, he wish he could come back as a curse or a plague to kill a whole bunch of people. He said if he could be reincarnated, he would come back as a plague to kill people. Right? This is Esau. This is the wicked. All right, and these motherfuckers down there today are his descendants. All right, and they embody his life and his shit, all right? And the Lord is gonna do them dirty, all right? They dealt treacherously with the Lord people, and the Lord is gonna deal treacherously with them, all right? So, yeah, for time's sake, and I know my phone, last time I went a little bit long. I need to get some more space put on this phone, and I'm gonna do that. Because last time I did this, I went a little bit longer, and it cut the last 7 minutes. So I'm going to wrap it up right here. Esau, Edom, you're going down. Devil, he ain't got but a few prophecies left to kick off. Primarily being the implementation of his digital R, which is the mark of the you-know-what, M-O-T to the B. All right, it's going to be that charagma that he wants to put into your hand or your forehead. All right, to turn you into a human barcode. All right, so a human slave that he can manipulate and do what he wants to do at his whims and shit. And if any of you Israelites receive it, the Lord going to put you to death. All right, and that's that. You know what I mean? So again, you know, I just want to come out here and speak some, get this lesson, get this camp off, whatever you want to terminize it as. And the Lord willing, it was edifying. All right, I know I did a lot of speaking, but Lord willing, it was edifying and of a holy conversation. If I misspoke on anything, leave me a comment in the comment section. I'll definitely clear it up because I'm not out to mislead or misguide or misquote anything. All right, I'm saying, I'm not trying to add to or take away from the word. Just trying to do my reasonable service so I can get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? That's the mission. So with that being said, all honor, glory, and praise go to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, teaching the course where I learn this truth. Peace and salutation to the Lord Select, Kwame Yasharala, Kwame Yasharala, Kwame Yasharala, and Why Bible Ball. Shalak Ram to Babylon, Shalak Ram to Esau, Shalak Ram to the 2/3 that has the Shalom, Akim.